Good evening, everyone. Good evening, San Francisco. Thank you for being here. LinkedIn live stream. Appreciate your attendance. Thanks for being here as well. If you're still finding a seat, nothing is reserved here. There's still a couple seats up front and 2 in the second row, so feel free to jump in there if you'd like. My name's Jackson. I'll be your host. I'm also one of the organizers of AI User Group, and this is AI for Marketers. The agenda for tonight is, first we'll hear from Nick, then we'll hear from TK, then we'll hear from Yinan. At 8 o'clock, we'll come up here and do an open mic announcement for 5 minutes to kick off networking. So you stand right here, and the LinkedIn live stream will be here too, and we'll get that going. And a few announcements from me before we get going. Doors close at 8:50. What else? Call for speakers. So we're always looking for good speakers here at AI User Group. In general, we are a community of professionals interested in the latest AI tools and workflows and how they apply to our professional day-to-day. We have AI tool creators here present. We also have users. So if you're working with an AI tool in your professional day-to-day and you want to show us, come talk to me. We'd love to have you present. We are currently booking speakers for July 10th. So there's plenty of time to put together a good presentation. So let's have a chat about it. What else? We're also hiring a sponsorship sales rep. So if you're interested in sponsorship sales, we'd love to hear from you. Or if someone you know is interested, come talk to me, or even better, email Eileen@bemyapp.com. That's it for me. I think we should get started. I'd like to introduce our first presenter, Nick Kardan. He is the Enterprise Account Director at Gan.ai. And the title of Nick's talk is AI-Powered Personalization for Video Outreach. So without further delay, let's hear from Nick.
Good evening, everyone. Excited to walk you guys through what we're doing at Gan.ai. Thank you for the warm welcome. Quick background on Gan.ai. We're leading AI video right now in the global market, really taking on a lot of big names. Going from projects from Samsung, Pepsi, Coca-Cola to more sales-oriented roles like Salesforce, Fathom Realty, some healthcare ones like Envision and AmSurge, doing some amazing things with AI video there for patient health, and some exciting projects with the San Antonio Spurs that we just did very recently. So excited to walk you guys through it. A little bit of background here about myself. I'm the Enterprise Account Director here at Gan.ai after their US expansion here about a year ago now. They've just raised, about a year ago now again, $5 million from Sequoia Capital to grow from India into the international market. Very strong team, very proud to be a part of that team. They've been to India myself just recently and had a chance to connect with my team and see how hardworking they all are and how on top of they are to get this product developed and grown as quickly as they have. They lock themselves in bunkers for, I want to say 2 months at a time with the engineering team, and you see them come out for air once every while. But that's really why this product is so amazing from our side. Background on myself, I studied psychobiology, computing and cog-sci. I always knew I wanted to work in AI, trying to figure out how to make it healthcare oriented as much as I can, which I do at my roles. Last job I worked at Basic AI and became the co-founder there after working for about 4 years building their international market in the US. Worked with some amazing projects, groundbreaking stuff with Stanford in patient care and automated agriculture with AGCO, the biggest agriculture manufacturer in the world. So a lot of AI experience, project and actual education. Gan.ai's product is very impressive, and it's going to have a little bit of background here about the evolution of marketing that's related to this. So we actually see between 4,000 and 10,000 ads every day. So sounds like a lot, but if you think about all the paper ads you see on walls and you see all the social media posts coming at you, there's a lot going out. And how do you stand out in today's market? With 10,000 ads a day, what do you do to stand out from the crowd? So engagement is the thing driving evolution here. This is the main factor of why people are changing the way that they interact from companies to customers, from customers to customers, from individual brand owners. People are looking for better ways to engage with their audience and to get that engagement stats, those KPIs back, which ultimately lead to sales in one way or another. So a history of this, essentially, lot of different ways of marketing and advertising. The first radio advertisement was made here in 1926. This is, of course, audio only. Just a few years after the first radio broadcast, people got on the radio and thought, wow, this would be great to sell some stuff. Immediately got on there, started making a jingle for cereal, the Wheaties. Then, a few years later here, television ad comes out just 2 years after the first marketing ad for television is ever for the Bulva watch. And as we progress to the early versions of the internet, the first email marketing campaign in 1978 actually generated $12 million with 400 emails. Don't think you can do that as easily nowadays, but there's some technology to help you get there. Each email here, important thing was the email was personalized with the name of the recipient in the subject line. And we're going to see that becomes a frequently occurring theme as we expand through these mediums and as technology progresses. So a couple of years later, now that email marketing is getting bigger, we're going from text to image. We actually have ads here that are image-oriented now from AT&T in 2004 as we got the internet speeds to be able to support images being displayed in quick advertising form there. Again, this was another one that really groundbroke a lot of ads, and people were tricked into clicking on this ad and ended up purchasing AT&T data plans, I guess. And as we see this evolution of mediums coming through, we see platforms mimicking this in our culture as well. So from Facebook, a text-only platform, the time it took to make $1 million was 10 months. To make $1 billion was 8.7 years. And Instagram, we go forward to images. Time to make 1 million was 2 months. Time to make 1 billion was 7.7 years. TikTok, now we have video, 9 months to 100 million and 1 billion in 5.1 years. So these platforms are taking advantage of the mode of the time, the medium of the time, and we'll see that as we progress, it's going to be hard to stay competitive across these 10,000 ads every year, every minute, every day you say this, if you're not using the maximum medium here, which is video. So a lot of people are looking to implement video throughout their marketing campaigns, whether it's generalized video or if it's animated video. People are looking ways to implement video, and you see this become a frequently occurring theme with big brands like Nike, which in 2015 was one of the first to actually use personalized videos for Nike users. Something similar to a Spotify Wrapped, where they take data from your historical Nike purchases and put together a very unique experience for you that includes personalized aspects that'll make you stand out in those advertisements. And personalization is one of the things you can do on top of improving the medium from text to videos. You can personalize every form of marketing, you know, whether it's someone's name, some information you have about them, their city, their date of birth, their gender, whatever it may be that you can use to pique a little bit more interest than a general ad would. That's how you pull people in and start getting them to listen. And you'll see that statistic reflected in viewing time rates with personalization of videos. And from 2015 to now, our most recent project with the San Antonio Spurs using AI and AR for fan engagement. So another layer here, we're actually personalizing content for fans at scale in a way that speaks out to them and gets them to stand out in this market. So I'm going to be speaking with you guys about what we're doing at Gan.ai and how we're kind of leading this marketing evolution with AI video personalization. A few quick examples for you guys here. Ooh, let me switch this over.
Austin, Texas, are you ready for Spurs basketball? Back for year 2 of our I-35 series. And now it gives me great pleasure in attendance to cheer on the Spurs, Cassandra. Let's hear it, Spurs fans.
So a couple of different examples there of a few different types of visual AI personalization in videos, along with a example of audio personalization in videos. So that kind of ties into the products that we have again and the technology that we're helping refine. So the range of how personalized this becomes and what medium you're using there is related to the offerings that we have. So the studio offering focuses more heavy on the AI lip sync side, where it's actually a computer vision tracking the lip movement, recreating the lip movement, and recreating the audio cloning to produce different words in the same speech, in the same visual person that's speaking. So we can record a video for one person and use AI to personalize it for everyone as if we recorded it for them uniquely. And so that's where the studio product lives. A lot of applications there across marketing and sales that we'll get into. A little bit in between here, the flips that comes after the AI animations. That's more of the infographic style video that you might see from a credit card company or from, that Spotify Wrapped, like I mentioned before, where it's just the visuals, it's just maybe some audio paired with that. But the animations themselves and the text that's in there, along with the visuals, those can all be personalized dynamically for a scale of tens of thousands or millions. And then augmented reality uses a little bit of both of these to create text and visuals in a real-world dynamic environment paired with audio manipulation, audio cloning, to create this synthetic reality feel. Obviously, this isn't real-time. This is a post-processing that would be done for advertisements, so a little bit different than all of these other styles, but very cool applications that come together. So a couple more examples here just to give you context on what I mean by infographic style. So one of the ones here is one we did for Amazon Music. So this will be that infographic style with just a little bit of personalization throughout. I'll go through a little bit of this and pause, but you'll get an idea here quickly of how this could relate to information you might have about your customers and how you can create a personalized piece of content from them.
Let's get ready for Tracy.
So pretty fun style of content. This goes a lot further than you think because this type of content is being generated in different styles, whether it's a placement for an advertisement for a promotions company doing healthcare promotions for practices, for a pharmaceutical product giving education about their product. There's a lot of ways that you can just take a simple format like this, use AI to personalize it, and get infinitely more content. So that actually applies to a lot of use cases, and a more interesting one here, the AR, augmented reality example here. This is kind of what you would think of when you think of AI, but the applications get pretty unique. So I'll show you an example here and talk about how it can be used. Yeah, so now we have a different environment. This is all personalized based on the geography of the person that's seeing this video. So you could take one video like this and scale it to every country in the world, every state in the world, every county even, and create tens of millions of these and personalize them each for each location and geography, and then segment the pay-per-click campaigns for advertisement to be specific to those areas. So you could really scale up a campaign that would take infinite hours to record or to process manually. If you had someone working at Adobe After Effects to create this for 100 locales, that would cost you quite a bit of money. So with AI, you can now scale that and optimize that, make it dynamic for millions of people with only the investment it takes to take on one medium to small size project, which really until this year and last year was not possible in the market. And we did exactly that with Samsung. So we took that human lip sync style video and we personalized a video from a very famous actress here, Aaliyah Blatt, which has about 60 million followers on Instagram. So Samsung paired with this influencer to create a new campaign demonstrating their product, the Z Fold 4, which some of you may have. So I'll show you that video here. Oh, or I will miss it.
Rush to Prakash Enterprises store to unfold your world like never before. Rush to Sri G Telecom to unfold your world like never before. Rush to iPhonics store to unfold your world like never before. Rush to GP Telecom to unfold your world like never before. Rush to City Collection to unfold your world like never before. Rush to Sun Digital to unfold your world like never before.
So this was the first time that instead of saying go to your local Samsung retailer, your local Samsung dealer, what may you have, they actually used the store name closest to the person that this advertisement was targeting. So if you hear a local store name within 5 meters of you that you're very familiar with, we can say that you have it in quantity, in stock at this time, right down the street from you. And that's just another element where when you hear your favorite dish from a restaurant that's local to you, when you hear a very local store name or something very centric to your locale, that's when you pause on an advertisement. You say, wait, okay, this is actually relevant to me. And that's how you pull people into this world of marketing. So this is just one example of how we've scaled this up across different use cases. This is not using actual people's names. We didn't have access to people's names. We just had information we knew that would be relevant near them. So we played on that to emphasize the effect of the personalization, and this campaign did very well back in this time. Another great example of this, where we actually had the person's name, we integrated with the Mumbai Indians, which is one of the world's largest sports franchises. I don't know if you're a cricket fan at all, but in the US we don't really have them. So this is a very large team, about 12 million on socials, and they had integrated this technology with their Instagram posts for 10 posts throughout the on-season. So whoever commented on those posts would get a personalized video from their favorite player, thanking them for being a fan by name. And they would be able to share that with all their friends on social media, pass that around, got a quite viral effect that really expanded. So as they comment, quite quickly, within 2 minutes from that same Instagram account, they get back that video personalized from their favorite player. So some of these, there's a nuance to it, but when you get a video like this from a fan, from your favorite athlete, it becomes a collectible. It becomes very rare, and this is a one-time thing that they can offer. That you'll get a video from LeBron James saying your name and inviting your friend to come to a conference, inviting them to come out to the NBA playoffs. So that's a video that will be priceless in the future in these campaigns. So it's a one-time collectible essentially. And people saw a lot of value in that. 5,000 organic reposts in just 2 weeks, 150,000 comments and personalized videos sent, and really 10x the engagement across these posting compared to their season before. So it's an amazing effect. The bigger the company, the bigger application, the bigger the impact. And of course, we did see the San Antonio Spurs one. I will show you one more video here because I loved how the first stab we took, we had a kind of monotone sounding voice. They asked us to amp it up, and we were able to do that. So.
Austin, Texas, are you ready for Spurs basketball? Back for year 2 of our I-35 series. And now it gives me great pleasure in attendance to cheer on the Spurs. William! Let's hear it, Spurs fans. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
So they sent this to everyone who bought a ticket for these 2 games in Austin, Texas. During South by Southwest was the same weekend. We actually met up with them because we were debuting at South by Southwest and announced the AI winners at South by Southwest just a week after debuting this engagement campaign, and we got a significant improvement in their click-through rates, about 35% increase from non-personalized video messaging that they were sending. So a lot of different applications, from Vivo sending messages to internal employees, personalized for everyone on their birthdays and their milestones within the company. This example of web loans, going through and sharing information about people's loans and housing information. Fun video from Santa to kids. They would come in, type in their name, city, what presents they were going to get their friends, and they would get this entire long video from Santa personalized for them. So you can see lots of videos of kids watching this with their parents and loving the video and feeling like Santa is actually speaking to them. So a very unique application here.
Oh, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Amira. Santa Claus here sending you a little sprinkle of Christmas cheer and holiday magic.
So we made his little beard mouth move for a bit and did audio cloning there to match.
Oh.
And of course, my own holiday videos. Just this past Christmas, I had sent this to about 200, 300 people. Fun little conversation when they knew there's no way I sent this video to them and spent the time to record this professional shoot for them. So we had a fun conversation about AI after that. But the reaction was what I wanted and what I was going for, which was a lot of responses and conversations from this.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Missy. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jake. Hey, Chris. Hey, George. I wanted to wish you, your team, and your family a happy holidays and an amazing New Year's ahead.
So a lot of different ways you can use this and send it out.
Hey, Jonathan.
I'll spend some time talking about the actual process as we're getting close to questions here. So how it works with the AI lip sync and with the animation product is you'll record a video or you'll create an After Effects animation file. You'll record an actual script here for the voiceover artist or for the person who's actually speaking into the camera. They'll use about a 3 to 6 minute AI training script where we'll match the phonetics from your voice, get all of the phonemes, capture your lip movement, and recreate that to produce those different variables. And then you're going to personalize. You're going to select the words that you want to personalize and templatize in a sense so that you can scale up and bring in information from millions of different prospects. You're going to, at this time, limit it to about 1 to 3 words per sentence and have some natural language space in between. We're actually getting to the point now where we don't need the training script and we don't need any real voice. So you'll be able to fully AI an entire video here in the next 3 to 6 months in a human-like quality. So it's going to be an interesting time to see the content that's coming out from all of this. And then, of course, you can automate this and set up automated processes that trigger upon deal stage movement, upon template calling, and can be scaled up to be delivered to millions of people through emails, social media, SMS. There's a lot of different integrations that we've done successfully that have proven to be very effective when personalized videos are introduced. So this is what the actual platform and UI looks like. You'll come in, upload your video, upload the template, and you'll select out the words that you want to templatize here. So later when we want to call a CSV with tens of millions of records, we can just put in these variables and generate all of those unique video links to be sent out. And we do have a platform and template there that makes it so that you're not downloading millions and millions of gigabytes of videos. It'll be something where you have a URL and a thumbnail that's generated, so you can embed that thumbnail and hyperlink it, and people will click on that to go over to a page with your video where we host a conversion action like book a meeting, make a call, follow through with the actual course of what the video is asking you to do, and that also is what improves conversion so significantly. And once you have all that, you can actually see the conversion in the platform and see who is converting at what time and how that's affecting everyone. Essentially, when are they dropping off in the video? When is the time that the video is doing its most performance, and how is the personalization playing? So if we click over here, we'll go over to this custom branded microsite that's customized for each person, and we'll have our video here with a Calendly, for example. And then when we come over to the platform, we'll be able to see all these engagement metrics. How many people actually clicked on the links? Who specifically clicked on the link? How long did that person watch it for? How long did people watch it for on average? Where are people watching it from? Desktop, mobile, mostly going to be from mobile. So a lot of actual control over how well these videos are doing. You can go back and improve them and actually see how you can make each piece of content have its most impact. If you're doing marketing campaigns, a new campaign to learn from the insights for next time. If you're doing sales campaigns and they're integrated into your workflow as a consistent part of your workflow steps, then you would go back and revise those videos and update and improve those using these metrics, and gives you a very actionable tool to actually have impact with video. So that is everything I have to walk through with you guys today. We're going to do some questions now, so that will be facilitated over here, and you guys can let me know if any questions come to mind.
All right, thanks a lot, Nick. Let's start Q&A. Any questions from the audience? Perfect. If you guys could just do me a favor, help me pass this remote mic. And thanks so much. And just please stand when you speak. And when you're done, if you could pass the mic back to me, or even better, to the next presenter to keep the continuity going.
Hi. In order to personalize, you need to get all the personalized information for all the users, right? how do you scale that information? Is it violating any of the privacy concerns for that specific user?
Most of the time, no. It depends on what the content form is, but we work with healthcare clients, for example, and we don't violate HIPAA privacy concerns because we're not using any information that could be tied back to the original user. We're not using their last name, we're not using their email ID. Each of these videos refers to a first name at most, and that information that comes subsequent to that is related to that first name and is not identifiable PII, so it doesn't scale back and trace back to the customer at any point. So we've been able to scale up with healthcare clients at a massive scale of millions of videos using tons of information from patients without actually violating any of the HIPAA or PII concerns there.
Hello? Basically, if you want to, like, for example, if you take this Samsung ad that, and if you want to,
Try this mic. Come over here. This one's wired.
so if you want to scale the ads to billions of users, do you create video segments for all these users, or you embed this information in for each user? Like, how do you scale that information currently?
Yeah, so if we were to do, let's say, counties, hey, Orange County, hey, Ventura County, we would just get a list of every county, and then we would put it into that architecture I showed you earlier, and then that would automatically replace that variable in all the videos. So you would get 110,000 unique videos that are scaled by county. So actually saying the county by name, and then you would associate that with an automation on your PPC to get that set up for all those locales specifically.
What are you doing for safety and moderation? You gave the LeBron James example, so that you don't have your client or your IP saying the N-word or something. How do you prevent that, especially when you're scraping that social media handle or whatever that information is?
That's a great question. Right now, we actually had that same conversation with the Spurs. How do we get people to not put in whatever they want? We can have profanity filters. We can set some sort of medium there. When there's user input, there's always going to be room for that. So we account for that by setting constraints of an allow list versus a not allow list. There's only a million things you can guess that are not allowed. People are very creative. So you have to think about what's allowed and limited to that. But most of the time, the access is not going to be given to just anyone. The user who's recording the video has to, give their consent through the beginning of the recording and ultimately through the usage of the platform with the partner that they're using. Someone can't just come to us with a video of LeBron James and make him say nasty things. It's usually from that person or from a company representing them. And the training script right now is how we get the consent, because 6 minutes of training is required. In the future, when that changes, we'll have to adapt accordingly. But again, that's not something where we give people unlimited access to use other people's data. It has to be related to you and of yourself.
Question for you about the competitive landscape of video and AI tools. Clearly, there are a lot of marketing applications for Gen.ai and video, and I'm just curious if you can speak to how Gan is positioned relative to the rest of the market.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lot of great stuff coming out from players like HeyGen, Descript, and everyone's doing something different. A lot of what we see in AI video right now is avatars and Maka-likes, mimics. There's a few of our competitors that do that specifically and have a decent quality. Difference here is that we're actually using a source video. We're using a real video from the person, and so there's no room for it to look uncanny. There's no room for you to think that it's not a real person. It is a real person recording a real video. We just have to adapt that little mouth movement around that small radius to make it feel convincing. And so that's our specialization, is actually human-based marketing in that AI video sense. Everyone else who's doing it is creating a clone of that person and creating an avatar there that they use to send out these videos. And despite their best efforts, it still does not look real most of the time. It's about 80–90% of the time it looks amazing, and then 10% of the time there's a big room for error with uncanny hand movements and gestures and things that just seem superfluous. So we are really taking an angle of videos from a person have a great impact. How do we get more videos out from that person without ruining the actual segment of what makes that effective marketing content?
Nick, thank you so much. I think we still probably have some more questions for you. I do too, but we're out of time. So Nick will be around here for networking, by the way, visiting all the way from LA. So we appreciate it. And so if we have any other questions for Nick, let's talk to Nick at 8 o'clock during networking. And let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, guys. I'll catch you guys soon.
Okay, up next, we have TK, founder and CEO of Jeda.ai. Title of TK's talk is Gen.ai Workspace to transform ideas into visuals and data insights for strategic innovation. Please help me welcome TK.
Thank you. That couch was comfortable. Having some backache. So I'm TK. I'm the founder and CEO of Jeda.ai. What we're doing at Jeda.ai, it's a little bit different than your day-to-day, kind of like chat-based generative AI, right? So let me kind of jump into the actual product. What we do differently is like we transform ideas into visuals and create data, transform data to strategic analysis and all the other focus strategic analysis and methodologies. So this is, after you log in, this is Jeda.ai, and you can start by creating your new workspace. There are, so this is a canvas. The difference between other chat-based product is like, you type, it gives you text output. Here we have 3 main different ways to input your prompts. One, we have this AI menu, which comes with, packed of different strategic analysis, right? For example, if you go to the marketing tab, you have marketing mix, SEO testing framework, ADA pass framework, all of those. And the second way is, entering your prompt from here. So let's say if I type hello, it's gonna reply back. It's a live demo, so nothing recorded. I hope my internet speed and connection is okay. Okay, it didn't work. All right, so we're going to talk about a few different ways of creating content. We call visual GPT. So let's say I start by this particular prompt, right? For marketers, you guys are familiar with like different type of frameworks, and I do slash with analysis, right? And that's supposed to give me like a visual way of showing what it means. Okay, came back. So this is what I meant by creating content visually, and I asked Jeda.ai to give me the definition of different type of strategic analysis for marketing. So ADA, pass, drip, steps, what it means. So now you can see it generated this definition in visual way of what it means, right? So this is one type of visual, and the other type of visuals, we have different type of commands like mind map, flowchart, wireframes, text obviously, sticky notes, art, also data and document GPT. So I will show you in a bit what it means. And for generating content, we have, unlike ChatGPT, you can definitely create content using GPT 3.5, GPT-4. We have also introduced Anthropic, Haiku, and Sonnet, Claude 3. So the content I have generated is basically coming from Claude 3 Haiku. So let me show you a few other ways. I'm going to start with an example of mind map. So as soon as I have selected mind map, you can see it's suggesting me some prompts, and I can either select something, or I can just type something, right? So it gave me this type of output where I can definitely edit this. I can in place create my own content if I want to. So it's kind of like you can think it like an online whiteboard, which allows you to generate content dynamically for things like different type of strategic analysis, SWOT analysis, all the other analytics. I'm going to create another one, flowchart. So I'm just selecting one of the prompt that is suggested, building a microservice architecture flowchart. All right, so as you can see, it gave me a flowchart. I can definitely edit, type and change, duplicate some of the objects and kind of like customize the way I want. I can also, from this add-on, I can add different type of shapes and create my own. Now, let me start with an example of like a project, right? So, wellness grooming for pet. I can say, give me a sitemap for wellness grooming and pets website homepage. And that could be anything, right? You can think of like, you're working on a project, you want to create, site maps, like kind of the starting point, and then it gives you the suggestions, right? That, what could be the first thing that you should do. So this is one of the sitemap. Definitely, I can keep generating using different type of large language models as well. So for this, I selected Sonnet. So now it gave me a little differently. So this is how sort of you can create content and brainstorm with your ideas. And for this particular example, I've just started with a sitemap, right? I can ask Jeda.ai to even select this entire area and ask that extend this diagram. I can transform it into different type of output. So let's start with a wireframe. So I'm going to duplicate my prompt and say, I'll just say wellness and grooming for pets website homepage. All right, I'm going to start with a wireframe. All right, so it just created a wireframe for me. Of course, for marketing, website is your first thing to kind of think of, starting from creating different type of strategies, also different type of elements like sitemaps, wireframes, and this sort of my starting point. That it gave me a home page with some content, some ideas. It was pretty fast, and a form. It's a perfect web. The first time, I probably got a perfect output here. So this is your wireframe. Of course, you guys are familiar with wireframe, right? You can design some wireframe, ask your designer to come up with a wireframe. But here, you don't need to be a designer. You can also, ask AI, Jeda.ai, to create, some concept design for you. Okay, so now I want to, mock it up. I'm not going to use Sketch or Figma. Maybe that's something for my designer. But if I want to create some mock-up concept, I can ask. This is something we call AI alchemy. So you select an area, click the AI icon here, and ask something, right? Give me a mock-up concept for this. And then we're using definitely multimodal for this. This is supported GPT-4 Vision, Haiku, and Sonnet. So let me start with Haiku. All right, so it gave me a concept, right? It's not a perfectly designed, but it's sort of your starting point to, ideate on different type of layouts and design. After this, you can definitely give your designer to, create a perfect mock and different versions for you. So that's sort of sort of the workflow, right? You can, from starting point, from different type of strategies. You can use analysis for creating different type of diagrams, sitemaps. You can use this command mind map. We have wireframe, sticky notes. I'm not gonna jump into that, but definitely since this is visual canvas, if you're writing on your blog post or your content newsletters, this is collaborative. This is also like you saw the workflow that you can copy, duplicate, and put it all together into the canvas. So of course, I personally use Jeda.ai to create my own content. So that's sort of the starting, right? And I can give you more examples. So here you saw a wireframe. I can create my visual input, and it will try to detect what is sort of the vision of me. So you can be an artist. You don't need to be an artist, but you can be an artist on Jeda.ai. In this example, like I'm going to try to draw a cat. It's not going to be a perfect cat. It's a quick drawing. Don't judge my inner creativity. But what it can do for me, so it will, I can say, make it realistic. And in this example, I will select vision. So while it's generating that, it's trying to figure out what is the object and like how I did that. I will show you some of the examples that I created earlier. Oh, okay. It made it surreal. Okay. It probably thought that this is the other part, but you can see that it kind of interpreted my vision, even though it's not exactly what I wanted. And earlier, I created some of the examples for you guys to kind of show that how you can definitely drag and drop different type of icons from here. Sticky notes, icons, and kind of transform it to a different type of illustrations. So this is where I asked to create different type of mocks. It kind of gave me the mocks for mobile phone. This is sort of an example of I wanted to convert this illustration into an art. So it transformed it to this sort of visuals. Okay, another interesting part is you can also, on Jeda.ai Alchemy, you can ask your designer to give a design. So, in this example, let's say, I'm going to copy and paste this mock and paste it on Jeda.ai, right? And then I can ask, give me UX feedback for improvement. I'll select IQ and analyze this. So as you can see, this is a mock-up. The mock is a profile picture of someone, Emily Smock, okay? And then it gave me a feedback, right? You can keep asking UX feedback, but it looked at the image and then gave me a relevant feedback for you. So here, allow user to upload a profile picture and provide options to edit or change. Group related information, marital status, blah, blah, blah. So it's giving me a suggestions where I can improve, right? And it looked at the design and gave me precise output. You can definitely ask all sort of things like, your marketing assets, ad banner. You can ask like, why we can improve and how we can improve. So that's sort of the fun part of it. And like, it gets more interesting once I drag and drop some data, right? For example, I'm gonna drag and drop, let's say Microsoft Clarity. So let's work on this one. So this is a CSV file. You can definitely download your CSV files from Google Analytics, Microsoft Clarity, or other sources. What it does, these are all raw data that you can see here, and you don't know typically like what you can do from those data, right? So I'm going to ask Jeda.ai to give me a visual analytics on this data. For this particular example, I'm going to say overview analysis. So now what it's doing is like looking at the CSV that I have provided here, right? And then I have, ask a prompt, and within a few seconds, it gives you data analytics, right? So you can see it's not just creating your creative content, but also for different type of analysis. And these are all interactive, right? This is interactive. These are free form. You can definitely do many things, change the type of diagrams. Go back to bar chart. And then you can doodle on top of it. You can definitely collaborate. One of the fun part is it's also predictive. It's also giving you recommendations. So let's say if I ask where I can improve. Now that's a very generic question, right? Like it's Microsoft Clarity data. I'm asking where I can improve. So let's see what it does. Okay, let me ask it again. All right, so as you can see, it generated me a data point, but also it's doing a reanalysis, and it's going to give me a recommendation. Again, it's live, so I don't know whether it's going to come out with 2 cats. So it gave me a very generic recommendation, but like I have done things like it will ask me, hey, if it's your marketing campaign, it will ask me, put more budget on this campaign or target this type of audience from your data. So it can generate data-driven analytics. And it could be not just marketing. For sales, you can ask it to like where I can improve or how I can improve. We have few things like auto prompting. So like based on your data structure, it gives you some suggestions, right? So like I select from here instead of typing. I can also like load more from like some of the analytics that it suggested me. So that is sort of the one of the powerful component of Jeda.ai. That's it's a free-form data analytics. It's giving you predictive analytics as well as suggestions, recommendation. And this is a KPI that I asked. It gave me a KPI. So this is repeating the same number. All right. We have, so much things baked in. Even like document GPT, you can create content from any document, PDF, PowerPoint, and all of those. You can create different type of outputs from the document. And I think we're about time, so I will stop here. I know so many things for me. I wish I could show you some of the examples, but it's not loading. Yeah.
Let's
So
start. Let's
that's
start
about
Q&A. Yeah. Any questions for TK? Cool. If you guys could just help me pass the mic, I would appreciate it. Perfect.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm curious for the multimodal applications, how sensitive it is going to be when LLMs you use under the hood have upgrade. So like, for example, GPT-4 switching to GPT-5, how much changes will you need to make on your side? And also the same question for like different models interaction.
Oh, you're asking like from the engineering perspective?
Correct.
Yeah, so of course it's, I've been doing, we launched this product, the MVP was launched last year around April. And we saw the transitions between different models. Of course, like GPT-4 was not there, 3.5 was not there. We only had DaVinci, right? So every time we do an upgrade, you got to definitely test whether it's responding. This is definitely very difficult for us to, create the algorithm that it's not hallucinating. It's the way I'm asking the synthetic data from the large language model. It's giving me exactly the way I want it. And then we build some of the IPs, starting from like generating synthetic data, and we've been testing multiple models. So every time we do, we need to, of course, test. I was not sure initially about introducing Anthropic, but then we had to make it work. So it's all about like, playing with different large language models for us specifically, because it's not just, giving me text. It's giving me very structured data. And like you saw how complex even the data analytics, right? Like, how we're creating the mechanism behind the scene, how it's gonna do real time, queries and create the visuals for you. So yeah, I don't know whether that answered your question, but that requires test and more development.
TK, what models have you been most excited about recently from the perspective of integrations with Jeda.ai, but also outside as an engineer?
The great question. I don't know whether I should like take a side, but I would say we're focused into different areas, right? For creativity and for different type of analytics. For analytics, I find Anthropic is definitely it is fast as well as very precise. But for creativity, I would say definitely OpenAI, GPT-4, 3.5 as well. And I find a very good balance. Of course, it also depends on like we do dynamic prompting, right? So this is like you don't need to do or write any prompting. You can just like ask a question. Like for example, like if I say SWOT analysis and click this dynamic prompt, it will guide you, ask you questions to kind of like fill up the context. So as you can see, I asked SWOT analysis. It gave me what is the context of the SWOT analysis? What is different type of questions, like what is the product, what is the opportunity? So like kind of guide you through your prompt, so you don't need to do prompt engineering. But going back to the original question, is I would say I'm not sure whether GPT-5 is coming anytime soon, or how Sam Altman is giving it to us. But I'm definitely optimistic about like the next version. But yeah, both in a way.
Okay. Any other last quick questions for TK? We are at time, so if you think of any questions, make sure to ask TK at 8:05 when we start networking. But yeah, we really appreciate it. That was an incredible presentation. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you
TK.
very much.
Okay. Our final presenter tonight is Yinan. Yinan is co-founder and CEO of Creatify AI. The title of Yinan's talk is Generate Video Ads in 10 Minutes from a Product Link. So without further delay, here is Yinan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yinan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Creatify AI. So we are the second AI video company tonight. So that speaks how exciting this space is. For Creatify, we are an AI-powered app which can generate short-form video ads just from a product link or descriptions. And our mission is to empower everyone's ad creation. A little bit about myself, like I spent the past 10 years at a big tech company, like 3 years at Meta, working on their video ads product and also the video creation tools, and 7 years at Snapchat, working on Search, Discover, and Spotlight, which is Snapchat's short-form video product. And from my work experience, we know like the short-form video is really booming and really eating the world. Basically, we can see like all the ad dollars are quickly shifting to these new formats. As of this year, there are like $50 billion spent on the short-form video format. That's still just 10% of the overall digital ad spend, and this number only gonna increase. But on the other side, the advertisers are actually struggling with these new formats. I want to do a quick show of hands, like for everyone here, like how many of you have ever created a TikTok ad? Awesome. So you probably know what I'm talking about because for today, if you want to create a TikTok ads, there are only a couple of ways, right? You have to find the creators, you have to work with agencies, and it costs you like a few $100s, and usually 2 to 3 weeks just to create one video. But on the other hand, all those platforms, it's very easy to develop the ad fatigue for short-form video formats because the algorithm is actually favoring those fresher content. You have to refresh your creatives every few days. And also, all those platforms actually implementing those like privacy policies, which is really limiting the targeting capabilities. Now you have to use your creative to find your target audience. So creative becomes a new targeting. So there is a very huge gap. On the one hand, it's very expensive and time-consuming to create those ads. On the other hand, there is a very strong market demand just for more creatives. So that's where Creatify comes in. We want to use AI to really make the video ads production faster, better, and cheaper. By cheaper, we are actually can allow you to create ads with $5 instead of spending $500. And you can create ads using Creatify just with a few clicks in 10 minutes. And we allow you to test different variations, and you can increase your performance of your marketing campaigns. So I know today's talk, the title of my talk is like creating video ads in 10 minutes, so I don't want to fail the promise. I want to dive into a live demo to show you how to do that. All right, here is the website of Creatify AI, and you can just click generate your first video ads for free. We have a number of tools, but our most popular tool is this URL to video ad maker. So once you go into the tool, it's very simple. You just need to paste in a product URL. And we also support like uploading manually. So you just put in your product name, descriptions, and also some like media. And for today's demo, I want to make ads for the AI marketer events tonight. Just paste in the URL and click the button. Immediately, it can parse all the information on the page. It generates like it parses a few images and also the descriptions of the events and the name of the events. Then we click next, and we ask a few simple questions. Do you want to make a vertical video, like a TikTok video? You can select like 9 by 16. and what's the duration of the video. Usually for TikTok, 15 to 30 seconds is the best. And target audience, I think, is marketers. And we support 29 different languages, so you can actually build video ads for different markets. For demo purpose, I will just use English. And once we click next, we start using AI to generate the script and the storyboard. Immediately, we generate like a few different scripts for you to choose from. All those scripts are actually tailor-made for social media platforms, and they also are very customized and optimized for your product. For example, like I think for this event, we have like those motivational style, music starters, emotional style, and we can just click generate more, and you got like 4 more different scripts. And we also allow you to do it yourself. You can upload your own script, and you can also do some editing. Maybe we'll just pick like one here. And we're going to the next step. So this is a step which is very interesting, where a lot of things happen behind the scene. Like we're actually using AI to generate different part of the video, right? The captions, the B-roll footage, the avatars, like the voice, curate the product. And we're gonna show you like different styles, or give you some preview to choose from. Just within a moment, you're gonna see like a few videos for you to pick. And that's basically the second last step. All right, so we gave you a number of styles. Those are all pretty tailor-made for social media platform. For this case, I think it's TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, you name it. And we can try one of them. Be mindful, like only after we click the render, we'll perform the final step, which is the lip sync. I think people probably know lip sync now, as the Gan.ai folks have introduced. Basically, the lip sync will actually apply, match the voice with the avatar. But I will just play the preview without the lip sync version now. Oh, is there? 1 second.
Where artificial intelligence not only simplifies but revolutionizes your marketing strategies. At the AI for Marketers meetup, unlock the potential of AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney, transforming ideas into visual masterpieces and strategic insights. Join industry leaders and ignite your marketing prowess. Experience this transformative journey. See for yourself how AI can change your marketing landscape.
Yeah, immediately you got like a pretty decent videos. And if you click the render, we will actually apply the lip sync technology and take like 5 to 10 minutes to generate the final video ads. What's cool about it is you can customize every part of the video. Like you can change like a different avatar. We have like hundreds of like tailor-made AI avatars for you to pick from, all very UGC styles. Change the voice, change the music on and off. Change the aspect ratios. If you want to tailor-made for Instagram, like for YouTube, you can choose a different aspect ratio. And what's really cool about this is we have like a full-on editor. So you come in is a full-on editor. You can edit every detail of the video. So for example, I don't like the script, right? I want to remove the final sentence. I can just remove it, re-render the videos, and take a moment. That will basically re-render the video and adjust the timeline and every element accordingly, very smartly. This way, you can actually test different messaging for your ads. This is very important for performance marketers. Similarly, you can change the avatar of the ads. You can change the music. You can change the creative, like all the assets. And you have like asset, you can upload more assets, more stock footage. We also have like a stock footage, you can search and drag drop here. Let's see if we want a different avatar. Like maybe we want to like a male avatar. Let's change to this guy. And again, like it's gonna take some time because we are trying to re-render everything in real time. But you get the idea. Basically, we give a very powerful tool to help you to change and making adjustments of the video until you are satisfied with the results. Let's try again. Be mindful, this is
Imagine stepping into a world where artificial intelligence not only simplifies, but revolutionizes your marketing strategies. At the AI for Marketers meetup, unlock the potential of AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney, transforming ideas into visual masterpieces and strategic insights. Join industry leaders and ignite your marketing prowess.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, and I want to add a CTA button. You can just drag and drop a logo, and it will automatically add a CTA button in the
And
end.
strategic insights. Join industry leaders and ignite your marketing prowess.
Yeah, and then we just click the render. All right, it's take about 5 to 10 minutes. You get your video ready, and then we can take a look after 5 to 10 minutes. So hopefully it's gonna work out within the time window. And of course, we have like different tools you can use as a marketer. We have the AI avatar tool you can use. You can build your own avatar in just with like 5 minutes video. You can build your own avatars. We have the AI scriptwriter, which train our proprietary large language models. And we also have the text-to-speech features. In the future, we're gonna add like more features for especially for performance marketers. And switching back, I still have a few slides I want to present. Here is just like more examples showcase our AI video creation capabilities. I think we can just look at the final results after a few minutes. For case study, actually, we ran a number of case studies with our customers, with ads platform like TikTok, and basically we are showing a really significant performance lift for comparing our AI creatives with their traditional creative. For example, we work with TikTok, and we pick 9 different advertisers, and we are able to win 6 of 9 times. And also, like we have like a lot of users who are running their own agencies, performance agency, using our tool to do like different type of split testing and testing different messagings, different like avatars, different visual styles, be able to find their winning creatives very quickly. And we also unlock like new markets, like people like Graham, who is like 71 years old, technical dinosaur, like never make a video before, but he was able to use Creatify to make 2 videos within an hour, which is really impressive. And we launched our product hunt like only 4 months ago, actually. Like we were the #1 product of the day, and we are able to attract like 70K users up in the past 4 months. And we have been growing really, really fast. And there are so many exciting things we're gonna build in the future. We're gonna build integration with all the ad platforms, so you can publish your creatives 1 click. And we're gonna build creative analytics components, and we're gonna basically build a Shopify for ads. Like we're gonna be a one-stop shop to help serve all your video advertising needs, especially for SMB marketers and SMB mid-market advertisers. And I think that's the demo. So with that, I'll stop here and open for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yinan. Let's start Q&A. And if you guys could just help me out.
Is it working? Yes. This is pretty impressive, actually.
Thank you.
One question specifically for branding. The video looks amazing and the avatars, but is there a way to actually add like the branding of a particular brand, you know, like look and view, even the avatar that in order for the video to be more on brand, because the outcome seems a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
But probably not on
Great
brand.
Great question. So we're actually working on the brand support. Basically, we are able to first support the logos. We can support adding logos throughout the videos. And then it's more about like the brand guideline, like brand colors, brand fonts, and those can all be supported in the editor. Yeah.
Even the type of avatar?
For avatars, that's something we are still working on. I think for avatars, like first we support like DIY your own avatar, so each brand can create your own brand ambassador, your own brand avatar. So that's a way you can represent your own brand. As for like clothings, that's something like we will work on in the future, right? You can change the color of the clothes or different styles. Yeah, that's gonna be coming in the future.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Another question for Yinan. Let's go to the front.
Okay, my name is Jing from Buga Vista. Actually, Yinan, since you created an ad for Jackson, I want to hear what Jackson's feedback would be for that ad that he just saw.
Let's see, I think it's still rendering, but. Oh, it's still rendering. But I created one last yesterday, so just in case it. Yeah, but I will wait.
I thought it was great and it was fast.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the lip sync step after it renders. Let's go with a question in the back.
What do I say? I'm Daniel from San Francisco. I'm. Hello. Oh. I'm Dave Cisco. So I was just wondering, I saw the second video of the gentleman speaking, but the lips weren't matching.
Yeah, that's the final step, which is the lip sync. Actually, I can play the lip sync version, which I made yesterday.
Hello marketers, ever wondered how AI can skyrocket your marketing game? I attended the AI for Marketers meetup and it was a game changer. We dove into tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney, transforming ideas into incredible campaigns and visuals on the spot. The insights from leading experts like Nick Kardan and Yinan.
Actually, I like this one.
Yeah, that one looked way better, much better.
Yeah.
So it's easy to fix when that happens?
Yeah.
So yeah, the lip sync occurs after the render step, which takes 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes, yes.
Great. Okay, next question. Here, try the wired mic.
Thank you for the presentation. My question is about your product positioning. Just for context, I used to work at Adobe on Adobe Premiere Rush, which was targeting social creators. And then tools can be very generic. So like the fact that you can serve marketers, you could serve other use cases as well. So from an engineering perspective, like how much are the user data is going to enhance the performance and how much will be use case specific? So just asking us a trend question.
So if I understand the question, basically you're asking like how much resource are going to pull like optimizing for the use case versus like maybe use for improving technology or something?
Yeah, just like from a long-term perspective, there might be more and more companies trying to do the similar things.
Yeah.
And with enough user data, you could specialize more in the marketer use cases,
yeah,
or potentially start to expand to different use cases.
I see.
So
yeah.
I was wondering, like, which way do you feel like
yeah,
that
it's
is
great question.
where
So
the trend is going?
Yeah. So regarding question whether we should go, we want to go horizontal or like vertical, we want to be very vertical focused, and we want to be very deep dive into the advertising space and to build like the stack like which can support us to really optimize the ad performance. Meaning we have to connect to the platform. We want to build like all the insights and we can optimize our creatives. So that's going to be our long-term strategy. Yes.
Yeah, hi. My name is Parush. I wanted to ask this question. If I were to use this application to create videos for my use case, is it possible that I could get into any sort of copyright trouble that the app shows something that it shouldn't?
You mean get into trouble?
Like copyright trouble.
Oh, copyright trouble.
Yeah.
So if you use the asset which doesn't have any copyright, because we are actually putting the the product footage from your product, right? So if your product doesn't have any copyright issue with the assets you are using, there is no copyright issue. Yes.
Got it. Thanks.
Next question for Yinan.
Hi, presentation. If I heard it right, you're saying that you have built your proprietary LLM models at the back end. Was there any specific reason that current LLM models in the market they are not very much tailored to the video production itself, or are not tailored to the ad space? And how do you compare your model's performance against the openly available models in the market?
Yeah, so we actually build like our own model because we want to build like a solution which is very specific to our use case. So actually we are fine-tuning open source models with like the top ads data, so we can actually generate the script, like the storyboard, which is very tailor-made for our use case. So if you use like ChatGPT prompting, which we tried before, it's very generic, like very general. The script is coming from the ChatGPT prompting. So that's why we choose to tune our own models. And we are seeing like a very promising results with that, because now you are seeing the script which is more specific. And we have like more room to improve there.
Hi there. Thanks for your presentation. Of your paid users, what's the breakdown of those users as far as business type or SMBs? You mentioned that kind of thing. And then is that in alignment with your original supposition? Did you think that the adoption would come from where it's coming from?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, like right now, majority of users are more like SMB or to me markets, advertisers, which kind of align with our expectation. So we build our product to be very easy to use, because we know it's like especially a struggle for small SMB advertisers if they want to create like a TikTok ads and or like Meta ads. It's very high barrier, right? You want to create like a video ads. So that's how we designed our product to be really, really easy to use. And of course, I think there's also a need from like enterprise and the larger brands side of things. That's our future plan. We want to start with the SMB markets, which we see like really strong needs, and then be able to iterate our product more quickly, and then we can go up market. Yes.
Hi, thanks for your presentation. So I actually work with lots of advertisers in different industries, from gaming, e-commerce, or online courses. Is there any way we can customize the templates of those videos for?
Yeah, so great question. Right now, like for the visual styles, it's more kind of fixed, right? Like it's kind of not exactly fixed, because there's a lot of things which are generated on the fly. Like it's kind of need to match the script, match the product, but it's still there's some like hard coding inside that. But the next step is we're gonna generate like more dynamic visual styles. So that's gonna be something you haven't seen on the markets, right? We're gonna generate like more like a dynamic templates based on the knowledge we have, especially using the power of large language model. So something still in the work, and but in the future we are able to do that.
Yinan, with your technical background, what developments have you been most excited about regarding LLMs, open source or otherwise, outside of Creatify, just in the broader sense?
I mean, like I have been focused on this for the past like past year. Like we actually look into the avatar space a lot. So there's some exciting development, especially how we can leverage using like diffusion model to train avatars or do fully synthetic avatar. I think that's gonna be the future. Right now you are seeing is still lip sync, right? Lip sync is just like the starting point. I think all the players you see on the market actually using lip sync, which is very basic, I would say. Like in the future, you should see like a fully synthetic avatar, which can handle like the emotions, the gestures, everything, right? So it's gonna happen soon. I think probably in a year or two. So that's very exciting to me.
Any other questions for Yinan? No one else?
All right, I'm gonna play the video.
Let's play the video.
Stepping into a world where artificial intelligence not only simplifies but revolutionizes your marketing strategies. At the AI for Marketers meetup, unlock the potential of AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney, transforming ideas into visual masterpieces and strategic insights. Join industry leaders and ignite your marketing prowess.
All right, some up or some down? All right,
Thumbs
let's
up.
do it. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions from the audience? Yinan, could you actually show us a couple more examples from the that you had prepared? I'm just curious to see.
I do, yeah. So
you had like maybe 4 in the deck.
I think I will maybe show this one. I think because this one is a foreign language, I think it's very powerful.
パワーホールド素材のファーブレティクスレギンスが人生を変えました。最大限のコンプレッションでヒップアップ、曲線を強調し、運動でもリラックスでもパーフェクト。高いウエストバンドがスリムな見た目をサポート。四方向にストレッチする素材は皮膚に柔らかく、アームで入れても安心。ヒートやヨガに最適です。今すぐフェイブルティクスのレギンスを手に入れて自分をリフレッシュさせてみてください。後悔はさせませんよ。信じてみてください。
Yeah, actually, we see a lot of advertisers using our tool to build like foreign language ads. Question 29. And maybe play.
Ever dreamt of running your own cinema? With Idle Cinema Empire, I tapped into my inner movie mogul, and you can too. Upgrade, manage, and expand your movie paradise, all while reveling in the satisfaction of growing a cinema empire from the ground up. The cool part? It's idle, so the profits roll in even while you're away. Download Idle Cinema Empire today and let your showbiz journey begin. Trust me, it's your ticket to blockbuster success.
All right, I think that's it.
Perfect. And so you probably have to, if you switch to foreign language, you have to, if you switch to language, you have to re-render.
Yes.
Undoubtedly.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. Any other questions? Perfect.
On a video perspective, for the avatar that you're using, so you have to train the model continuous with different looks to be able to get better results?
Yes.
So if you pick kind of like using an ambassador, right? So whoever is going to be kind of the brand voice, and you're reusing that, but just feeding it different kind of styles of content that they can be able to create, or different looks, or if you do it once, you'll be able to build on just that one test that you have.
Just that one, yeah. It's basically lip sync. We cannot build a look yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that's a feature? Do you think building a custom look, like recording, like with a custom ambassador, is that a feature that you would consider developing, or is that too laborious?
I think it's gonna come. Like we definitely have plan. As I mentioned, I think fully synthetic avatar are gonna come probably in a year or two. And at that time, like everyone can build an avatar for their own brand. Yes.
I don't know if you can comment on this internal process, but I was curious if you can. How long does it? Say you want to select a new ambassador and create a template with it. How long does it take for you to create that?
For custom avatar, right now we can do half a day. Like we just need like 5 minutes of your talking videos. We can build your custom avatar in half a day. Yes.
With about 5 minutes of content. Okay.
Yeah.
We have probably time for one quick question, one last question. Anyone else? Any last question for Yinan? Okay, Yinan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's give Yinan a round of applause. Okay. And software update, cancel. Okay, if you want to show support, please follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn. Say you were here, post a picture. We'd appreciate it. If you want to see our next events, please visit our meetup page. Probably where you found this event in the first place. We have a number of events listed with all the speaker lineups there as well. What else? AI for marketers. We're going to do this again in 4 weeks. So the meetup page is up. You can see who the speakers are, see if you're interested in the content. But the format's generally the same, so we'd love to see you again. That's on May 15th. Next week, 7 days from now, we're going to have AI for designers here. There can be a lot of crossover with the designer audience and the marketer audience, so take a look. If it's interesting to you, please come see us again in 7 days. In 2 weeks, we'll do AI for developers. That's on May 1st. We'll have 3 speakers as well. Meta will be here talking about Llama 2 or 3. So that's coming on May 1st. So check it out. And yeah, one more announcement from me. We are doing, we're looking for a sponsorship sales rep here. So if you're interested and you have any experience in this, let me know or let Eileen know. We would love to hear from you. And that's it. We have, by request, 5 minutes of open mic announcements. So if you want to stand exactly where I'm standing, the LinkedIn live stream will also see you. So this is your chance to come up, form a little line. We'll make it as rapid as possible. Emery can be first, but let's keep the sequence going, guys. So Emery, go ahead, and then exactly like this, form a queue.
Appreciate it, guys. Hey, I'm Emery, founder of Swayware. We're a human data platform. We work with mostly enterprise marketing teams. We aggregate information about people and their real-time behavior and help resolve anonymous identities from across the internet. Right now, our data set and identity graph represent over 1.4 billion devices and over 500 million unique individuals. And a thing I'd like to announce is we actually just released something for smaller companies and startups as well too. We could do essentially anonymous identity resolution on your website or on your app for small prices of a few $100 a month as well too. So if you're interested in that for your particular product, we can talk, get that set up.
Thank you very much, Emery. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Matt Ishimura. I'm with Civitai. We are the 9th most used AI web app rated by A16Z. We have around 2 million monthly active users, and we do a lot of stable diffusion hosting of models, image generation, and different stylizations. I'm helping run the AI film and TV initiative, so running original IP productions, thinking about how we can connect creators and artists with the tools and break down some of the stigma. So if you're interested in image and video generation, having access to a large library of styles for models or LoRa's, please come talk to me. And we are looking for a back-end developer and also a full-stack developer. Thank you.
What a great announcement. That's a great example. Riley?
Hi, my name is Riley, and I just wanted to tell you about an event happening at the Commonwealth Club on Wednesday, May 8th. It's called AI and Art, an Interactive Experience, and seems pretty self-explanatory. And there'll be 4 floors at the Commonwealth Club of AI artist activations, artist presentations. There'll be a moderated panel. So again, it's at the Commonwealth Club, which is down on Embarcadero and Mission. Wednesday, May 8th, starts at 6 o'clock, and visit commonwealthclub.org for more info and tickets. This could be cool.
Riley, that sounds great. Anyone who makes an announcement here, you're also free to make a little post in the LinkedIn comments so people can kind of follow up for the live stream. Might be a good spot. We've got time for one more announcement. This is by request. This open mic thing. If you're too on the spot, if you don't want to do it now, we do it every single time. So think about it. And if you just want to introduce yourself before networking, anything like that, this is the place to do it. So I think with that being said, we can probably call it. Any last announcements? I don't think so. Okay, well, thank you all so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. This is my email if you want to reach me. If you would like to present here, please let me know. And let's do some networking, build some community, enjoy some pizza, and I'll see you soon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great job. What did you think of the